morning, everybody. I'm Jermaine McKill, your favorite sports analyst with my favorite co-host,
James Derwitz.
And y'all finna get served with J&J Sports, episode 68 on this rainy Saturday. James, how you feeling, man?
I feel great. The Olympics started last night, and I was watching a little bit this morning and enjoying it.
Yeah. Shout out to all the Olympic fans. Make sure y'all check that out. We're gonna keep you guys updated. But we're gonna dive right into it. You already know, man. But before we do, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on our YouTube, everything else, man. We're gonna keep going hard for y'all. So first thing we got up is boxing. So Jake Paul sends Mike Tyson a message with this recent fight against Mike Perry over the weekend. Now, James, have you seen this fight?
Yeah, I did. And I saw the aftermath and like the numbers, and that it was just a very interesting outcome, I thought.
It was. I mean, the fight was held in Tampa Bay, Florida. It was an 8-round cruiserweight boxing match, so regular match. Jake Paul won, and he was able to knock out Mike Perry in the 6th round. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive, James. How impressive is this win from Jake Paul, and what does it say?
You know, I guess a lot of the fighters that he's been fighting have been converted MMA. So they haven't been boxing their whole career. But I guess, Paul, he's looking like a boxer now, it seems like.
Yeah, he is. This was very impressive, man. The fact that he had shown promise through the start of his career, because a lot of people thought, he was going to be a joke. He wasn't really going to be a real boxer, but he's showing everybody differently. So it also shows no matter how you start, it's about how you finish. So I think he's trying to have a big finish in his career and toward Mike Tyson, man. I mean, if we kind of look at the stats between the two fighters, though, Jake Paul is 11-7-1. In this match, he landed 96 punches, connected 42% of his punches, and ranked number one top. Oh, no. But yeah, that's it. And then for Mike Perry, he was 14-8-0, 33 punches landed, connected 27% of his punches. And yeah, so you could kind of see the difference in the numbers. Jake Paul landed almost quadruple his punches landed. You know what I mean? So it's kind of confusing because Mike Perry has a bigger, stat than him. So it's crazy. So Conor McGregor, who has ownership of BKFC, was apparently so dissatisfied with Perry's performance, he fired the 32-year-old. That's kind of harsh, James. I'm not gonna lie. Now, in your opinion, what was Mike Perry's biggest flaw in this fight?
I think possibly he was too light because I know, Jake Paul, he had to like twice do weigh-ins just to make 200 pounds. And I think Perry, he was 196. So, I mean, 4 pounds is a pretty decent difference in boxing.
Yeah, at first, I personally didn't think that due to Tyson's condition and having to push the fight all the way to November 1st, I feel as though the narrative changes a little bit. After reviewing this recent fight, I would say Tyson needs to look out for Paul's aggressiveness. You know what I mean? And not let him get too many good hits. But if Mike Tyson comes out fighting like we seen in them training videos, like I've seen, Jake Paul is definitely going to have to look out for it. Because, I mean, Mike Tyson has nothing but time to, kind of get back right and refuel. I hope they don't reschedule it anymore, man. But as far as his flaws, though, Mike Perry's flaws, he needs a better fighter stance. He didn't have a good balance. You could tell he was light, like he was moving around. He didn't have a good, just firm stance. Another thing I would say, he had too many open good looks. I don't like when boxers try to rush another boxer and think you're not gonna get hit. You know what I mean? You gotta always keep your protection, your guard up because you don't know. That's dangerous. You know what I mean? So just not taking Jake seriously. He just should have tired him. You know what I mean? Had a good defensive tactic. but he didn't. So and it hurt him. I'm surprised he lasted 6 rounds. You know what I mean, James? Um, but yeah, overall though, uh, do you think with this fight with Tyson and Jake Paul, who do you think is going to take over this fight, James?
I'm hoping it's Tyson, just because there's some nostalgia factor there. I've been watching him box my whole life.
Yeah,
And Jake Paul, though, if he's able to beat Tyson, is it really that big of a message considering like the age difference? And I personally don't see Jake Paul boxing well into his 50s like Tyson does.
yeah, no, I don't think so either. And I mean, even if he does win, a lot of people are not gonna, shame Tyson for it because the guy is way older. You know what I mean? He's way older than him. Um, they'll really just be like, okay, you fought an old man. You know what I mean? So, but nah, I really hope Tyson wins too, though. That just shows like just because he's older, he's not nothing to mess with. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. But y'all let us know how y'all feel in the comment section. If y'all going for Jake Paul or Tyson, me and James are Team Tyson. Um, and we're gonna keep you guys updated on that fight when it comes. Before we get into our next one, man, we got a few sports news of the day. So Terrence Crawford will be fighting against Israel Madrimov, but says he wants to fight Canelo Alvarez at 168. Now, James, have you heard about this fight coming
Yeah,
up?
and this is a pretty interesting development. I guess you got to fight who's up next on the card, but it is interesting that it's almost like he's kind of calling off or calling out Israel.
No, he is. He is. I would like to see that fight, honestly. Just them two, especially after that situation with Alvarez, they were saying he was using drugs, different injections and stuff like that. I want to see who can really win this fight. I also want to see, like I said, him and Tank. Crawford beats, if they fight and he beats Canelo, Tank needs to be next. He definitely needs to be next up. Um, but y'all let us know how y'all feel about that. We're gonna keep you guys updated on that fight. One of my favorite players, James, Russell Westbrook, has officially signed with the Denver Nuggets in a good 2-year deal too, James. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, and I think the Nuggets will be all the better team for it. His veteran leadership, his experience that he brings, it's going to be
Yeah.
exciting.
Oh yes, man. I can't wait. I hope this season he gets the ring. Because I think that's the last thing he's missing. He needed the right team. And we've seen the Nuggets go to the playoffs each year, constantly. So hopefully it works out this season. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about that. And last but not least, Odell Beckham has won his $20 million lawsuit against Nike with guaranteed royalties. So shout out to him. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, they were suppressing sales in order to not extend his contract. So,
Yeah.
saying that or trying to not sell certain shoes and stuff, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. And
Yeah.
considering that he got the $20 million lawsuit, you hope that he also gets like royalties, damages, and interest with that too.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're holding stuff back based off of what? You know what I mean? So I'm glad that worked out for him. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep you guys updated on Odell. But we're gonna get into our next one.
J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.